Hey, everybody. This episode of Our Kids Play Hockey is brought to you by our title sponsor, NHL Sense Arena. Look, we all want our kids to succeed in hockey, but let's face it, finding training that's both effective and enjoyable can be a real challenge, and not to mention expensive and a total drain on time, especially if you have to drive to the rink, pay a private instructor. There's so many reasons that money gets spent on this game. But that's where NHL Sense Arena steps in. It's a virtual reality training game that brings the rink into your home that takes off-ice training to a new reality. It's designed to improve hockey sense and IQ, something that's lacking majorly in the game today for both players and goalies. And you get unlimited access to over 100 drills and training plans from top coaches and players that can be played anytime, anywhere, with drills approved by USA Hockey player and goalie development directors. Look, improving mental hockey skills at home has really never been more fun, and any hockey player that uses this is going to have a blast. All right. I've used this before on my own, and it feels like you're so immersed in an arena, you sometimes forget you have a headset on. And again, it's not being on the ice, but it allows you to work on some of these skill sets like scanning, as I said before, hockey IQ, looking around the rink, making the right plays, that getting those repetitions in now as a hockey player are super important for your development. So NHL Sense Arena is giving all the listeners an exclusive offer for $50 off an annual plan when you use our code Hockey Never Stops at checkout. Again, that's Hockey Never Stops. All you got to do is go to hockey.sensearena.com. Again, that's hockey.sensearena.com. Use the code Hockey Never Stops, and you'll save $50 on your annual plan of NHL Sense Arena. Make sure to check that out and enjoy this episode of Our Kids Play Hockey. Hello, hockey skaters and goalies around the world, and welcome to another edition of The Ride to the Rink. I'm Lee Elias with Mike Benelli here, and we've got a topic you're going to love, and we're pretty passionate about it. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't make it. Don't ever let anyone tell you that. You have every right to pursue your dream. Now, with that said, it's very, 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 very hard to accomplish a dream. I'm not just talking hockey. If you have dreams in anything, it's very hard. You have to put the work in. You have to put the time in. You have to have some talent. You have to develop that talent. There's a lot of factors that go into you, quote unquote, making it. But if anybody ever looks at you and says, hey, you kids, you'll never make the NHL. You're never going to make the NHL. I'll never say that to you. Mike's never going to say that to you. It's very hard to make the NHL, but you have every right to pursue your dream to the maximum ability with the understanding that there's no guarantees. That's the other half of it, right? But don't ever let anybody tell you can't make it. Mike, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, just whatever your dream is, find the path that you want to take, and then you need to drive it. I think what happens is, you can't, as a player, sit there and expect the coach to drive your dream. You need, and if that coach is saying, hey, listen, your dream's not my dream, it's not a reality, you can't do what you think you're going to do, then either defy that coach, find a way to build your own path, but don't settle for somebody else that doesn't know you telling you what you can do and what you can't do. I mean, there's certain things that maybe you can't do because of, whatever the circumstances are, your size, your weight, your athletic ability, your time that you can get to a certain event, your location, your proximity to talent. But you can, if you want, listen, there's many, many, many examples in history of individuals that thought they couldn't do something, or that somebody told them they couldn't do something, and they did it because they found a way to do it. And if you really want to, find the way to do it. Don't let somebody tell you you're not able to get somewhere because of where you are at 9 years old, at 10 years old, or 15 years old. You can drive that. There's no doubt about it. It's not a motivational, concept. It's, you can do it. There's a reason why that is in the mantra of so many different, great athletes. If you believe it, you can be it. And that's true. And that's the first hurdle that you need to take. Don't let somebody else tell you can't get somewhere.
Yeah, our producer, Caitlin, always says thoughts become things. And I think she's 100% right with that. And look, here's some examples. Again, people who said you couldn't make it. Michael Jordan, who is the greatest basketball history in the history of the NBA. If you want to debate that, feel free to email us. Didn't make his high school varsity team one year. They told him he wouldn't make it, and he did. And there's countless examples of athletes being told they couldn't make it, and they did. Now, I will tell everyone this, all right? A little bit of a warning for the wise here. The farther you go, the more people will tell you that you can't make it. The harder it gets, the more people will tell you that you can't make it. That's part of the journey. My advice to all of you listening is when anybody tells you that you can't make it, you don't have to argue back. You don't have to even say anything, but it should motivate you. There should be a little voice in your head that just goes, but why can't I make it? Why can't I make it? Or what else do I need to do to prove to myself that I can make it? Again, understanding you still might not, but the pursuit of your dream is always, always a worthy goal. You deserve that for yourself, and you deserve that for your future, because you will learn how to strive for the things you want. But just remember, along the way, there will be more and more people, the closer you get, that will tell you, hey, you can't make it. You're never going to make it. Nobody ever makes it. Right? But be curious, my friends listening. Be curious about what Mike said, the things you can do to make it. What am I not doing to make it? If you really want to make it, if you're being honest with yourself that, hey, I want to make this happen, you also got to ask yourself those questions. Well, what do I need to do to make these things happen? Because having the dream is not enough. It is worthy to have a dream. I'm telling you that right now. I started the episode off with that. But that's not enough to get you there. You got to put in the hard work. You got to have the dedication in some forms of obsession without sacrificing who you are as a human being to make that happen. So this is Mike and I, again, telling you all, pursue your dreams. Do not ever let a coach, a teammate, a parent, a fan, the internet.
Your inner self. Don't talk yourself out of succeeding.
Yeah.
Don't let your doubts creep in and find ways, whether you're journaling, whether you're meditating, whether you're self-reflecting, whether, what are you doing as an individual athlete that doesn't talk themselves out of success? And that is really, you control all of that. You control all the aspects of your development and your motivation and your discipline. But if you allow your inner self to start to creep in and be like, you know what, maybe they're right. Maybe I can't do it. Or, wow, maybe this is hard. Or maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Then, if that's the path you're going to go on to mentally, that's where you will go. It will lead you down that path. No doubt about it.
Absolutely. Your internal dialogue is very important. And being able to even capture, Mike, to your point, I'm saying something negative about myself and saying, hey, that thought needs to go away. That's a power. Okay. Real quick actionable item for you on the way out of this episode. I challenge all of you listening. This has been statistically proven to help people accomplish their goals and their dreams. I want you to write out 5 to 10 big, lofty goals that you want to accomplish in the next 10 years of your life. I don't care if you're 6 years old or 16 years old or 56 years old. I want you to write out 5 to 10 things you want to accomplish, and I want you to dream away. I want you to write down things that you think you can accomplish, but people are going to be like, you can't do that. Write them down at minimum. And if you're willing, send them to us. Have your parents email us or you email us, team@ourkidsplayhockey.com. We will not share them with any names unless you tell us to. But I want to hear your dreams. I generally want to hear what your dreams are. And I want to support you on your pursuit of those dreams. And so does Mike. That's going to do it for this episode of The Ride to the Rink. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't make it. You got to believe in yourself. With that said, we'll see you on the next episode. Skate on.